Welcome to Fright Night.
What if your neighbors aren't who they say they are? What if no one believes you? Worse than that, what if they're gay? The vampire has since its inception been closely associated with ideas of sexuality, disease, and death. But in the early 80s, they were seen a massive resurgence in popularity. By taking old tropes and recognizable mythology, then placing them within a modern urban setting and context, vampires were made to reflect modern anxieties. Fright Night, the 1985 horror homage, finds Charlie Brewster, a horror-obsessed teen living in an unnamed American suburb. He discovers that his two new handsome neighbors may not just be roommates, but in fact vampires, preying upon his small town.
There's not enough time, Amy!
Only, no one believes him.
If he's not a vampire, have him touch this.
Oh, Charlie.
By this time, an epidemic was ravaging America. It had gone without name or cause, but what it did have was a scapegoat.
Acquired immune deficiency syndrome, or AIDS, started as an exclusively gay disease.
So far, it's been confined to small groups, but it's spreading. So protect yourself.
For many, contraction meant death.
If you ignore AIDS, it could be the death of you.
It wasn't exclusive to homosexual relationships, but due to a higher risk of contraction and societal pressures, they were unfairly vulnerable to its spread. This created a false equivalency of homosexuality and a disease. What in reality was a seemingly global nameless death is within Fright Night given a location, a name, a face, all in the form of the ideal modern socialite, a truly evil vampire.
Charlie, this is our next door neighbor, Jerry Dandridge.
Hello, Charlie.
A man of effeminate style and sexual power, for which he challenges social norms and ideas, crossing boundaries of gender and sexuality. For Jerry, it's in his very nature that even the act of eating, the conflation of food and disease, is made to feel deviant and deeply intimate. A disease does not respect boundaries or borders, and while beholden to the superstitious rules of popular vampire mythology, neither does Jerry.
Is that a vampire cannot enter your house without being invited by the rightful owner first.
Are you sure about that?
Positive.
Nice to meet you, Charlie. See ya. Soon.
He isn't just deviant to societal standards, he revels in its subversion of them. He doesn't force Charlie to confront his own sexuality. In fact, he begs Charlie to understand.
He give you something I don't have. Choice. Forget about me, Charlie.
But he can't help but present the allure of forbidden fruit and the taste of wild meat.
Filthy son of a bitch!
Shouldn't lose your temper, Charlie. It isn't polite.
He hungers for control, for a sexual dominance that unchallenged would threaten the status quo.
You have to have faith for this to work on me.
But when Charlie finally embraces his own sexuality and power, he turns the undead creature, tearing his facade away, forcing Jerry's transformation into a fully monstrous form. An externalization of social deviancy so that it might be entirely hated and condemned. These portrayals of homosexuality as a plague of death upon society are clearly intended to evoke fears of urban invasion during the AIDS epidemic, as though it is a series of evil individuals intentionally spreading the disease, needing to be fought and punished. It's easier for societies to deal with a plague when it's something they can see. By recognizing it, they can vanquish it or even just placate it. The known is always less frightening than the unknown.
If that's you, it's not working, I'm not scared.
But disease invades the little corners of society, testing its standards and ability to react. Fright Night describes a fantasy in which a return to superstitious ideals is enough to defeat the vampire. Jerry is defeated, and with a return to societal status quo, our heroes are assured of their moral authority.
You can't murder a vampire, Amy. You're dead. Remember?
But HIV was not the result of a devious monster. There wasn't anyone to blame or fight, and that is always more frightening.